is there something that you regret in all this process? Is there something that you wish you knew before starting the process? Or something that you say, okay, I would have been doing better if I didn't do this in the process, it would have been faster, or it would have been easier? Some advice that you would like to tell people that want to come here with these scholarships. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are gonna be talking about scholarships again, and today I'm gonna be doing an interview to Isaac Rodriguez, and he's studying in the United States. So let's see a little bit of the scholarship that he got, so in case any of you are interested. So let's go. Hello Isaac, how are you?
Hi everyone, hi Vero. I'm Isaac Rodriguez, and I'm currently a student of first year at Tufts University in Boston, Massachusetts.
And how do you know about the scholarship, or when did you wanted to study in the United States, or how did all of this started?
Okay, so the thing is that I received a scholarship when I was like in 8th grade that was called Access. Access was a scholarship for a program of the US Embassy that helps students from low-income backgrounds but with high academic achievement to learn English. So thanks by them, I learned English like during 2 years in the National University, and then during those 2 years, I was learning English with an American background. You know, we're learning about like the American culture and about a lot about it. So the thing is, like, since that moment I started like to getting like more acquaintance with the colleges in the United States, and since that moment is that I want to like to maybe like give it a change. So the thing is that when I was about to graduate from high school, I was not thinking about it. I was just thinking about like applying to colleges in Costa Rica. So the thing is that I started like to doing like my research really late, actually, like about like maybe like 1 month before my graduation.
Like everyone.
Yeah. So the thing is that when I started doing that research, I found out like the application process itself, just like to apply to colleges here, is really expensive. So the thing is that when I realized about it, I realized that I couldn't like afford that application process. But fortunately, I found out one scholarship that is called Opportunity Funds. I applied to this scholarship. Fortunately, I get it, and this scholarship paid the application process to 8 colleges in the United States. And in my case, from the 8 colleges that I applied, I ended up choosing Tufts University because it was like the top college that I applied, and also because it was the one that offered me like the best financial aid, as I have a full ride here.
Okay, so actually, like for all the scholarships that I talked about before, so this one is specifically to pay for the application process. So like this scholarship is only in Costa Rica, or do you know if it's in other countries as well?
So basically this scholarship is in all the countries in which an Education USA office is based. So like Nicaragua, Panama, all Central America, all South America. There's a lot of countries in Asia. I know that there's also like offices in Europe. So in every country there is an Education USA office, this scholarship is going to be based, because Education USA office is an office by the US Embassy, and this scholarship is basically funded by the US Department of State. So it's basically funded by the US Embassy. So that's basically how it works. And so it can be like from any nationality as long as you apply in your country.
And I have a question, because I know like universities in the United States have like, I think like 2 times a year where you can apply the early application or the late application, and if you want to enter in fall or if you want to enter in spring. So this scholarship works as well with that, or it's only once a year that you can actually apply for the scholarship?
This scholarship works for basically 2 different types of students. The type of student that ended up high school and wants to do the undergraduate, and the type of student that ended up like the college in their respective country and want to do graduate students. So basically for undergraduate, it's your choice if you want to apply early decision or regular decision. Mostly like you are going to apply for fall semester. Applying for a spring semester is kind of like difficult, because like, you know, normally like the institutions are going to start like their year on the fall semester. So it is like there's like actually no universities that are going to offer you like, okay, come on a spring semester and then you're going to graduate like in December. Like that barely happens. So it ended up being your decision. If you want to apply early decision, that a regular decision, that thing is going only to affect, for example, if you apply to regular decision, maybe the pool is going to be like more selective, because it's like kinda there's like more people applying rather than in early decision, as they denote that you are already prepared for that process, and as they are denoting that like the pool is always like, you know, like thousands less people that are applying for that. So yeah, that's like the only thing that like kind of vary. And for graduate students, actually the PhDs and master application, well, I'm just an undergraduate student, so I'm not like I don't know like a lot about it, but that thing works like actually like it's not specifically like for fall semester. You can be applying for a specific program that is actually just spring and fall semester, so you can easily apply, you know, like ended up applying like in October and already being studying in January, things like that. So it works like really different by the specific program, but for undergraduate it's mostly to start on fall semester.
Okay, and another question. So you say in the beginning that you were able to apply for 8 universities, and I know like many people where they want to come to United States, like if they want to come and study, I don't know, Harvard University, of these like private really expensive universities, can you apply for those universities, or is like public university in the United States, do they have any like, I don't know, requirement, or they tell you like a rule of like a list of universities that you can actually apply, or is any university in the country?
You can apply to whichever university you want. You can even apply to community colleges if you want. The thing is that actually are just private colleges the ones that offer like the best financial aid. And if you are like actually applying for financial aid based on financial need, is going like it is impossible to get financial aid as an international student at a state school here, because more of the state schools here works with federal aid, and that's like government based, so they are not going to give that aid to international students. And community colleges normally do not give like financial aid because they are like just 2 years program, which are like really short, and also they are like cheaper programs compared with like 4 years colleges. And private colleges normally give like financial aid based on financial need, merit based, academic achievement, and a lot of other like things. So that's why like even though they do not like request you to apply only to private colleges, they are gonna like encourage you to apply to private colleges because they are going to give you like the best financial aid.
Okay, so let's talk about like the requirements to actually apply for this scholarship that you got. You said that you applied for this scholarship, and then after now you are having another scholarship from the university that you enter. So let's start talking by the requirements of the first scholarship, okay? The scholarship that you got to actually be able to apply in the universities of the United States. So what are the requirements? Which are like the documents that you had to submit in the embassy, and when do you have to submit those documents?
Okay, so basically like if I can summarize all the requirements, like the two mainly requirement is coming from a low or middle income family, and also having a like great academic achievement in high school. That will be like for the case of a student that is finishing high school and wants to apply for an undergraduate. So you must have to be on your final year of high school, because this program requests you to take a gap year. To take other examinations such as SAT subject test, and TOEFL. They request you to take courses for those examinations that are like paid by the scholarship. They also request you to do a lot of volunteering, because volunteering is super essential for college applications. It's like the most important thing for real. They also request you to go to a lot of meetings with them, because you have to work in your essays for applications. You also have to work in resumes, and also they also request you to work on translations of your grades, translations also of recommendation letters, because normally as you are going to like ask for recommendation letter for like professor that speak mainly Spanish, you have then to translate that. So it is really a long process. Actually, it's not like you're going to apply and you're going to end up like applications in 1 week. No, that thing does not happen.
So you were explaining about the translations, like the documents that have to be translated to English. And I know, like for example, the scholarship that I had, I was able to translate the documents by myself, But I don't know how it works in the case of the United States. Do you have to pay for a translator? Do they pay for a translator, or you can translate it yourself?
Yeah, you cannot translate it yourself. It has to be from a certified translation office, and that basically all the costs of the translations are going to be paid by the Opportunity Fund Scholarship, because that is like a cost of your application. So all those translations are going to be by the Opportunity Fund Scholarship.
And in the case of the SATs, because you were also mentioning that you have to take all these, the TOEFL, SATs, and all these tests that we actually don't take in Latin countries, or I know Asian countries, but do they also pay for that? Because I know that's kind of expensive actually.
Opportunity Fund Scholarship pay you for the SATs and also for the prep course, in order like to be prepared for that specific exam. So yeah, and they also pay you for the TOEFL and the prep course of the TOEFL, and for the SAT subjects. In the case of the TOEFL, actually that's like the most expensive exam. It's over $200 just one exam and just one taking. So yeah, so basically all those expenses of those specific exams are like paid by the Opportunity Fund Scholarship. Basically, like the requirements academically is like to have good grades. Like they're not going to be like super picky about like, okay, you got a 70 in physical education, what happened? That no. Okay. But like with grades, like grades over like maybe 80 or 85, and they are also gonna request you to like extracurriculars, such as clubs that you may have participated in high school, math, physics, chemistry, all those Olympiads that you may have participated in high school. So like things that you do out of high school. For example, if you dedicate some days to just learn English, that an extracurricular. If you dedicate some of your extra time to like play soccer, that is an extracurricular. So they are also gonna ask you for that.
You talk about all these requirements, and I have one question. Is English a requirement? I know you have to take SATs and all of this. Is it like to have like a really advanced level of English a requirement for the first and the second scholarship, or they don't actually tell you that?
Yeah, like for Opportunity Fund Scholarship, they request you like a advanced level English, mostly because like all the process that you're going to do is in English, or the essays, all the exams, everything is in English. And then for like the specific colleges, you are already like demonstrating like your English level, because you already took the TOEFL exam. So you are like showing like, okay, this is my level, this is what I got on this exam. So it is the colleges mostly like they work like with a minimum score. So for example, if you got like a 90 on your TOEFL exam, but like a certain college have a minimum score of 95, there is like, you must have like to be thinking about taking it again or something, because they really request you a minimum of 95. So that's how it works like when you are applying to colleges. But like actually with opportunity funds, I would say that as long as you feel that you can communicate in English in like a class environment, it's okay. But it is still like a requirement. You must need like to know like a high level of English, medium high level of English. And the financial requirement is basically like coming from a low or middle income family that cannot afford these expenses. Because if you come from a family that can easily afford these expenses, while you are applying to this scholarship, basically.
Yeah.
So basically, those are like the mainly requirements.
Okay, so now let's talk about when you had to submit all of this, or when like did the embassy actually start the process, because I know that some countries start like in specific dates. I don't know if this one has specific dates for undergraduate in this case.
Yeah. So basically, you have to apply. It's not to the U.S. Embassy. You apply to the Education USA office, and the advisors are gonna read like your application, and your application is going to be sent to an office in Mexico, if I'm not wrong. They're gonna send that application to Mexico, and they're gonna review that application, and they are gonna like ended up like deciding choosing you or not, like giving you the scholarship. So basically, for Costa Rica, for undergraduate, the last week to apply was actually on October this year, the first week of October. But this scholarship is like every single year. So like you can apply next year yeah, like that basically.
You talk about all of these things that they help you in order to be able to enter a university in the United States. I know that many universities in here, because I'm also in the United States, they're required to write an essay. And I know that this is really important for so many people, and so many people cannot enter to university in here because of that. So do you have to make that, and do you have any kind of like advice for people that are trying to do that kind of essay to enter in any university in here, or no?
Yeah, so basically that famous essay is called the Common App essay, because like for every college that you apply, you have to write essays like, okay, why this college, let's say, or why do you want to come here. But this essay, the Common App essay, is an essay that is going to go to all your college's application, to every single one, and basically this essay is not why you want to come here, it's basically who you are. So you have to like basically like explain on just 650 words who you are. Is basically really difficult essay because there is a lot of pressure on it, but fortunately, as if you are like an opportunity fund scholar, you are gonna receive a lot of support from the Education USA office, because there well, in Costa Rica there are 2 advisors, and they're gonna assist you with that a lot, and they're gonna support you with all that process.
Okay, and now let's talk a little bit about the scholarship that you have now. So you got the scholarship to do the application process, then you got into a university in the United States. Does the embassy in Costa Rica also help you to apply for the scholarship in that university, or that depends only on you?
Okay, so basically happens in this way. Okay, I applied to the 8 colleges, and they all give like the 100% on the financial need. They met that 100%. So basically, if you really need like the college to apply you the $86,000 per year, the college, as long as you are admitted, they're gonna like pay you that money. So basically, when I applied to this college, in this case it's Tufts University, I already knew that they offer like the 100% of the financial aid. So as long as I was admitted, they're going to be like offering me that financial aid. But like there is not like any relation with the US Embassy at that point. Like after you send your applications, there is not like, okay, the US Embassy is going like to guarantee you like this college is going to give you like the scholarship. No, it's not like that. It's just based on your application, and as long as you are admitted, the college is the one who's give you like all the financial aid basically.
Okay, so this is actually really important. That's why I ask you, because like, so you don't only have to try to apply for the scholarship to get into the university, but you should also, as he said, try to select the universities and check the financial aid that they have in order to be able to actually get a scholarship in here when you are studying here, to get the tuition pay in here. But the scholarship that you have now of the university that you're studying now, do they only cover tuition, or they also give you like, I don't know, dormitories and money per month to eat, or nothing at all?
For example, colleges normally have like something that is called COA, that is cost of attendance. So basically they're gonna cover all the COA, that is tuition, like personal expenses, everything. As long as they met the 100% of your financial need, they're gonna meet like the 100% of the cost of attendance for a college. So they met like everything basically.
So now something else that I wanna ask is, I have been asking this for like everyone that have been in these interviews, but I wanna ask you about the like transportation in this claim. I don't know, plane tickets or like bus, because I know like, so you're from Perez de Leon, that's the south of Costa Rica. So since you have 2 scholarships, explain to me like, how did all this transportation kind of thing to come to United States actually happened? Did they pay for everything, or what happened?
Okay, perfect. So the first scholarship, the Opportunity Fund Scholarship, actually paid me every Musoc ticket that I used, because Musoc was the transportation that I used from Perez Leon to San Jose. So basically they paid me all the transportation that I needed to go to my advising meetings, and also that I need the transportation that I needed to go to the classes for SAT and TOEFL, and the transportation that I needed to take to go like to take the exams. And then the Tufts scholarship that I have at this university, they actually gave me a grant of about $1,500 in order like to pay plane tickets, and so basically that's how I managed with all the transportation.
So in simple words, both of the scholarships that you got, they were full pay. full pay scholarships. You don't have to pay anything. That's
Exactly.
actually really good, because I know like there are some that actually like half pay, or like the one that I explained last week that was to go to Russia. That one they didn't pay plane tickets, or they didn't pay like for food and stuff like that. So actually you got like a really good scholarship, and you got like a really good path. So like I'm glad, thank you for explaining about it. And now that I think already we talk about all the things actually that you guys need in order to apply for these kind of scholarships, I have only two more questions. Is there something that you regret in all this process? Is there something that you wish you knew before starting the process? Or something that you say, okay, I would have been doing better if I didn't do this in the process, it would have been faster, or it would have been easier? Some advice that you would like to tell people that want to come here with these scholarships?
I completely regret not having started earlier, because starting earlier is like the first step that you must have to do, like for real. Start early your applications. So I feel like, even like in the not only because of the fact that I like start like my application process after I finished high school, but also because of the fact, well, I was like opportunity fund scholar. I remember like I used to procrastinate one of the most important steps, that was the college search. When I was looking for the 8 colleges, I was not being like that, like, how can I say it, like that precautious of being like, okay, this college offer everything I need, this college offer everything I need. So I was not like checking that. So then when I started like doing that, I remember like my advisor gave me like a deadline of about a week to finish my 8 colleges, like to have like the 8 colleges that I have to apply in a paper. And I was like, oh my god, what can I do? Because here in the United States there are like over 4,000 colleges. So like looking for 8 colleges that offer like your specific needs is something that requires a lot of time. So that's why at first I would recommend you to start early as possible. That's like the best first step that you can do. I think that I started like the process thinking that it was going to be like super easy, that like just like an exam, and I was going to be admitted to the college just like that. And then
everyone is the same.
Yeah, and then I remember like in 2019, in the middle of the year, I was like, oh my god, what am I doing? Because like it was like a really like kind of difficult process, but at the same time I kind of feel like really proud about it, because I feel like it has had like a great outcome, as right now I'm in here with a great scholarship. So I would like to have known before that it is a difficult process, but it is still like the reward is super great. So yeah.
And now I want to know how is going the life in United States. What do you think? It's kind of different from Latin America, I know. So have you been adapting good or no? Are you prepared for Thanksgiving or Christmas?
Oh my god, yeah. Actually, I never expected that my first year of college will be like in this situation in the middle of a pandemic. Like honestly, like I realized that I was admitted on February this year. Actually, I realized on my birthday. It was like the best birthday ever. So the thing is that when I realized about it, I was like super excited. I was like, oh my god, I'm going to experience like the normal like college life in United States. But then the pandemic comes, and I was like, oh my god, I think that I'm not going to college because the borders were closed and everything. So actually, fortunately, as you can see, I made it to college. But still, like the experience is really different, because you have to like maintain social distance. You have to be wearing your mask, like as long as you are like outside your room, you have to be wearing your mask. So it's really different. But I still feel like, for example, my college have made like everything possible to make like the experience like the most normal possible, because I still got like the opportunity to go to in-person classes. I still got like the opportunity to meet my professors in person, like to have that touch with like your academics advisors. So that actually helps you a lot, like to alleviate like the thing of being like in the middle of pandemic.
Yeah, being in a room all day.
Yeah, and at the same time, I feel like the experience hasn't been bad, because I have had the opportunity to like make friends in my residence, for example, because like in first and second year you are like required to live on campus. So like you may like all those people that live on campus, the people that live on your floor, and you made like really good friends, and you like we normally go like to Boston. Like for example, something that I really like to go to Boston is to go shopping, because the stores here are like super big. So I love to go shopping and get lost in the stores. It's something that I completely love, and it is still something that you can still do. So like I feel like the experience so far, even though I have been here like just like over 3 months, a little bit more maybe, it is still like a really cool experience, I feel like.
So thank you so much, Isaac. I think like we talk about everything that we needed. I think like you guys have enough information from this video, and kind of like maybe if you have questions, you can actually ask down below in the comment section. Like I'm gonna be reading them. I don't know if Isaac is gonna be reading them and trying to answer to you guys. But good luck in trying to apply to the United States, and thank you so much for being here in this interview that is like a little bit long, and I don't know, happy holidays.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.